Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on a term you hear absolutely everywhere, big data. And let me tell you, it's way more than just a buzzword. It's kind of the invisible force shaping your entire digital world. So let's break down what it really is and what it knows about you. Okay, so let's start with something you've probably done a million times. You're online, you see something you like, and you click that buy button. Seems so simple, right? But behind that one little click is a whole world of information. And believe it or not, that single click, it triggers a total cascade of data. We're not just talking about the price or the product, it's a digital breadcrumb trail that tells a much, much bigger story. I mean, just think about the sheer amount of stuff they're collecting. It starts with the obvious things, sure. Your mouse clicks, your credit card info, the shipping address. But it goes so much deeper. Every product review you write, every time you call customer service, every ad you happen to click on, yep, it all gets logged and connected right back to you. And we're not just talking about neat little numbers in a spreadsheet. No way. This data comes in all shapes and sizes. It's this whole messy, complex mix of text from your reviews, log files from your browsing sessions, images of products you looked at, maybe even videos. It's like a massive digital puzzle. So all this information, it all leads us to that one big buzzword you hear everywhere, big data. But what does it actually mean? Well, the answer might just surprise you. To get our heads around this, let's use a super simple analogy. Let's imagine this person. We'll call them Person X. Their laptop has a 1 terabyte hard drive. Plenty of space for their photos, documents, a few movies. For most of us, that feels like a ton of space. Okay, but now here's the twist. What happens when Person X tries to open a single file, maybe it's a massive video project or a scientific data set that's 1.5 terabytes? Well, their computer just can't do it. The file is literally bigger than the entire system designed to handle it. And that right there is the crucial point. Big data isn't some specific magic number. For Person X's laptop, that 1.5 terabyte file is big data. The term is always relative to the capacity of the system you're working with. What's huge for your laptop is practically nothing for a massive Google data center. So if big is relative, what's the big deal? Well, the new challenge is that the sheer amount of data being created globally is growing so unbelievably fast that it's becoming a big problem for, well, pretty much everyone. It's less of a wave and more of a data tsunami. Just look at this chart. It perfectly captures this data explosion. We're all living on that steep upward curve. And notice that big purple area? That's all the messy, unstructured stuff. Photos, videos, social media posts. It is completely dwarfing all the neat, organized data we used to deal with. Okay, need some perspective? Get this. Facebook alone generates over 500 terabytes of new data every single day. That's like filling up 500 of those laptops from our example every day with just comments, images, and videos. And then you have the heart of global finance, the New York Stock Exchange. It churns out about 1 terabyte of new trade data with every single trading day. Now, this one is just wild. A modern jet engine, packed with sensors, generates a staggering 20 terabytes of data for every single hour of flight. And that's for one engine on one plane. Incredible. So with this absolute chaos of data flowing around, how in the world does anyone make sense of it all? Well, the very first step is to try and bring some organization to that chaos. Generally, data gets sorted into 3 main buckets. First, you've got your structured data. That's the neat, tidy stuff that fits perfectly into a spreadsheet, like employee records. Then there's semi-structured data. It's a little less rigid, but has helpful tags to give it some order, like an XML file. And finally, you have unstructured data. This is the Wild West of information. All those web pages, images, and videos with no organization whatsoever. So the big question is, why? Why do companies go to all this trouble? Why collect, store, and try to organize this tsunami of information? Well, it's all about turning your clicks into customers and turning all that messy data into smart decisions. It's used to build an incredibly detailed profile of you, which, by the way, is why those online ads sometimes feel a little too personal, right? It's also used to predict what you might want to buy next, to make customer support faster, and to make their entire business run more efficiently behind the scenes. And really, for modern businesses, this quote says it all. Mastering data isn't just a nice to have anymore. It's the core strategy. It's how you stand out from the competition, keep your customers happy, and ultimately, how you survive and grow. So, in this age of big data, every click, every post, and every single purchase tells a story. And that leaves us with one final thought. And this one's about you. What story is your digital footprint